Hello, my name is Russell Schloop and I'm here making a demonstration video for Lab 6, the login and the stay logged in. So, here's registration. What it will do is it will go in the code will set default parameters for any user you create. So, I'm just going to create the user student just for the sake of this video. There you go. Created it. I'm going to log in with it now. There we go. Logged in, and it will actually stay logged in. So delete that. You know what? Just start from no index.html. Start from that. There you go. New tab. Open it up. It will log. There we go. That's what it will log me in automatically. Don't need to do anything else. See that? Just log me in. Here's home/student/everything. Still logs me right back in. Sign out, then it won't do that anymore. Because what it does is it goes in here. I'll show you in the code actually. In the code, here's what happens. At first, the home controller. So, at first, Regis is your register button. It will go to create stuff, create user, scope, register username. Register username is what you typed in the field. Up here, to create stuff, create users. What it does is it gets the input. Alright, gets the input right here of whatever you put in there. Makes it a parameter name with the variable default object. Default object is there for, if you're, it's just there if you're creating a user. It will make it a parameter, and then it will grab all of this, which is the stuff that we did in class. So I made that the default parameter. It will push it up to the array, to an array, then go and set that array as local storage. If it's not null. So like if there's not already a user, it will actually push it up to the array that was to the it will push it up to the array that was pulled down and then re-push it back up again in string form. If there's nothing in there though, if users is null, local storage will just push whatever you made into there. So down here into get stuff. Okay, so now you're actually logged in and everything. What it does is it calls, well, let's start the scenario. If you're not logged in or you haven't logged in yourself, but the computer will log in for you. What you do is when you do log in, here's your login right here. You go to get stuff and then get users and then scope.username. So you go up here to get stuff, get users, get stuff, get users. And what it does is it makes a variable which JSON parses all of the users in the array and comes down, and then it for loops through all of them, and then it finds the object, all the objects. So object 1 or object 2, which is going to be user 1, user 2, which will probably inputs the second name, and for key in object, which is like what is the object name, it will right here. It will find the key is the object name, so it would be student. So if key, which is student, is equal to the input, which is whatever you wrote in the input field. So if you write student, it would be correct. If not, it won't go in. And then root.data equals object key equals data. So when you call it down, it pushes it up to the root scope of data, which is the object key.data, which if everything's correct, it will actually run one time, and then it will push it up to the data of the root scope. That way everybody can see it, the data of the user. And then it sets local storage. It sets an item in local storage called signed in, which is your input. So if you signed in correctly, it will set the input to your username. So signed in right here will equal your username, and then it will send you to your home. So what happens there is once you're done with that, every time you sign in, it calls on the function getStuff.getUsers, and it puts that signed in value right here into getUsers. So it literally calls the login function every time you even load the page. It's just if it's blank, if it's not there, which when you click sign out, if there's something in there, it will use it to sign in with, and if there's nothing in there, it will use nothing to sign in with, and nothing will happen because there's not a user called nothing. And so down here, when you sign out though, homepage, leave, scope.leave, what it does is you take the it runs a function, which is a click button of the sign out right here, this sign out button, and ngClick is on there, which runs to push you up to local storage.setItems signed in nothing. Right here, it sets the local storage signed in to blank, to just a space, which will make it equal nothing, and then it will put you back to the index page right here. And so you will have nothing there. It won't be in there, so you can't log back in because you can't log back in automatically because there's nothing in your local storage to log in with. And that concludes my demonstration video for Lab 6, the sign in and auto sign in.